So I think it takes a little bit of
You got to be crazy to make crazy art.
Yeah.
You know?
I think we talk about it often, but like weirdly enough, I feel like that's one of the pitfalls of rock, the entirety of the scene right now is it's like, not saying that people have to digress and turn like, you know, be mean or shitty, but just like the edge isn't there, you know?
Woo! All right, everybody, this is My Wand here at Dash Radio on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Today we got a super dope, nostalgic, just made me feel good all day listening to y'all rock band, Beauty School Dropout.
Do it really make you feel good all day?
I honestly, because part of what I do is I listen to the artist, obviously, right? So I know what the fuck I'm doing here.
I love that.
And luckily for me, I grew up listening to rock. Like, I'm a Blink-182 Offspring fan as a kid.
Yep.
And then I quickly jumped into hip-hop. But it just felt nostalgic for me, like going back to that, you know, that like Fall Out Boy energy. I would say I felt more of like a Red Hot Chili Peppers kind of vibe all morning.
That. Yeah.
Because the project, we made plans and God laughed, is super dope.
Thank you so much.
Cohesive body of work. Not one track on there felt out of place from top to bottom. I would say my favorite track is Almost Famous.
Yes.
And then Yeah. That was a good one too.
Yep.
And then I want to say it was Fight Mode.
Yep.
Fight Mode was
you're
awesome.
nailing it.
Yeah.
Those are the three that really stood out.
You're hitting our favorites right there.
No, well,
I just tattooed Fight Mode onto someone's ribs last night.
Wait, did you tattoo it or did you write it for them to get tatted?
No, I actually tattooed it.
You do tattoos?
Mm-hmm. I'm not like I'm a tattoo artist. I'm learning. And,
okay.
You know, but yeah, I tattooed that on a friend yesterday.
Have you tattooed anything on Bordeaux or Beepus?
Yep.
They got some of my early scratchers.
I got some on my legs.
I got something more recent from you. I got this huge
yeah.
spider web with a heart in the middle on my leg. It's actually like kind of massive.
Beavis doesn't know, but I have a photo of him on my butt that Cole did.
I know.
Yeah. You saw it?
I'm behind you all the time.
Yo, y'all are really close. I could tell the first thing I observed from you three in just the pictures I saw and looked up is physically how close you stand to each other. Just to me, it says how comfortable you guys are
We're
with
very
each other.
intimate.
Oh yeah, you guys only get a fraction of it.
Yeah. Well, we're married, so that's like the first part of it, and then we also live together.
Yep.
You guys still live together
Oh, yeah.
actively.
It's pretty dope. We have
bed.
this. Well, it's a 3-bedroom, but we all stay in one bed.
I feel like it makes it like better when you get that level of intimacy and closeness. You just write better songs that
But
way.
you guys really stay in one bed.
Yeah, the creative synergy is just like, I don't know. It's something you can't tap into otherwise.
And it's nice to have the other rooms available for like other things. Like we have a beanbag room.
I can't tell if you guys are joking right now. You guys really stay in one
It's
bed.
in one bed.
We got one California King, and it's upstairs in the smallest room there is, because like we really try and pack all the ideas into one space.
Because it's like rooms are for sleeping, and the eating rooms are for eating. And this is our sleeping room. And it's just like, put one bed in there, you sleep in one thing. Beepus is the warmest, so he goes in the middle.
Yep.
Yeah, because we don't use blankets. We don't believe in blankets.
Well, a small sheet. I like a sheet. On my side, I have a sheet. But just a small one, though.
Bordeaux had to interject. He's like, for the record, I like small sheets.
I do like chili.
Yeah.
Okay, so what if somebody is on a date?
Yeah.
And the date goes really well, and now the California King bed needs to be utilized for said person on a date.
You
What do the other two
improvise.
That's kind of like the quality control check. It's like, are they down to just be a part of the group? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's kind of like a polyamorous relationship. You know what I mean? Where it's just like if there is another person being brought in, they're like down for the shit and they have to share.
On a real note, my girlfriend is dating all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I pray for your girlfriend. That must be
great.
tough.
She got the great into the stick.
Yeah, seriously, she gets to beat us all
She's
up.
thriving.
Well, I was gonna say dating one rock star sounds terrible. Dating 3 rock artists sounds 3 times as bad.
Well, I think it's kind of like that, like negative energy cancels each other out, just becomes all positive after a certain point.
We also got to remember she is a rock artist.
She is
is
a rock
she?
star.
Yeah.
Much bigger than all of us.
That's
Really?
So it's kind of like we all together add up to like
just a rock
for
super.
one hardcore entity.
Wow. Well, you guys are fun. You guys sound like a fun group. I definitely don't want to visit this house. I feel like I'm gonna get locked up in one of the empty rooms and just like tied up.
We do have a room for
I'm
that.
gonna have to put lotion on my skin.
It's our tie-up lotion room. It's just one bottle of Vaseline and a rope.
You enter the room that's just tapestry and Cetaphil.
And the floor is shag carpet.
It's just like really crusty.
You guys. Wait, I gotta ask something.
Oh, yeah.
Dripping of the Cetaphil like on a shag carpet.
Yo, Bordeaux, how long have you guys known each other?
How long? We have known each other for...
He was the final piece of the puzzle,
Yeah.
and we met 3
and a half
years
years ago.
and some change.
If I'm
ago.
correct, the way you met was, Coley, you slid into girls' DMs. Upon sliding into the girls' DMs, the girl said, "Can I bring my boyfriend?"
Yes.
Boyfriend ended up being Bordeaux,
No,
correct?
Beepus. It was Beepus.
Beepus.
And I was like, hell yeah, because I don't care. I'm
Why
so
did you still
easygoing.
meet up with the girl? I would have been like, you're bringing your, that's the B word. When the B word is used, I don't want to talk to the girl ever again.
Because at the end of the day, like I don't care. Like I'm just trying to make new friends and new people anyway. So I was like, fuck it, yeah, I'll come meet your boyfriend. And of course, I poached him. Now he's my boyfriend.
Exactly.
Beepus, you're not with the same
No.
girl anymore,
I
right?
got a new shorty who's the best.
But Coley literally poached you from the girl.
Yeah, we fell in love.
Yeah.
I bought him coffee, and it was just like,
Oh
It
my
was
God.
Bam, bam, bam,
we've
bam.
kind of been like, we've been besties since then.
If someone told
Wow.
you 7 years ago, right before you moved to San Diego, that some other weird, ugly kid from LA who is from San Diego is coming down to just swoop you and abduct you and make you sleep in one bedroom with him for the next 3 years.
I definitely didn't think that the first dude I met, besides my roommates, was gonna be my best friend.
Yeah.
That's crazy. This is some real bromance.
Oh, it was insane. I was
this,
like,
this
I was
needs
so
to be a
turned on.
movie.
Yeah.
Because people would watch the movie and be like, no way that fucking actually happened.
Oh yeah. Very, very, very.
Okay.
Our life is a movie, to be honest. It really
Yeah.
should
Yeah,
be.
I'm pretty.
You guys,
I was waiting
Pretty
for it.
insane film.
I feel like you guys are in character, but you're not. This is really who you guys are.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah.
It was crazy. We found Bardo a few years later. Do you know like free puppy boxes on the side of the road?
I was just in one of those.
Yeah, Bardo was just sitting in a free puppy box, and we're like,
Someone
free?
dropped him on our
Who would
porch
leave
in a
Bardo
bed
on
in
the
a
street?
box, and he was crying like a little baby, but he could speak perfect English.
Yeah. So we swaddle him at night to make him feel better.
Yeah, I kind of have some like separation issues.
Holy shit.
Can I bring something up so anyone watching this after the fact understands? These 3 young men are not in character. They walked in the building like, this is really who you guys are. You know, because there's like Lady Gaga, and then there's like, I heard that a lot of what we like, the rah and stuff, she was in character kind of.
Yeah.
She's actually like a classically trained singer, very smart human being. Like, not that, anyway, this is really.
We're not.
Yeah, there's definitely
No, I didn't mean you.
There's definitely nothing
We're not
classy about us.
classically
Classically
trained.
untrained.
Very.
Classically unchained
Yes. We're a bunch of
degenerates.
degenerate, psychotic fucking artists.
Definitely fucking artists. I'm not gonna say you're degenerate. I can confirm you guys are a little psychotic.
Yeah. But it takes like, it's a good psychotic because we're not doing weird, like, nothing bad. We're just making cool shit.
Yeah, and I think rock and roll down to its core is a little psychotic. Like
Absolutely.
when I look at like the Motley Crues and Metallica, it's like I don't think they were normal dudes. You know what I mean?
No, I don't think so either.
Blink 182 even, like Travis Barker
yeah.
doesn't look like the everyday guy. You know,
Absolutely.
so I think it takes a little bit of.
You got to be crazy to make crazy art.
Yeah.
You know?
I think we talk about it often, but like weirdly enough, I feel like that's one of the pitfalls of rock, the entirety of the scene right now, is it's like, not saying that people have to digress and turn like, be mean or shitty, but just like the edge isn't there, Like I feel like there's got to be that one youthful kid who's really just like a societal fuck up. Like an error, a human error.
Like a Tyler,
in the
the
system.
creator of rock.
Totally,
Somebody
like-
that doesn't give a fuck.
Like The Rock's ex, essentially.
yeah.
Who's just like this kid who does not give a fuck because he doesn't know how to and makes the most insane music because of it.
I think that's you guys. Really, like from what I'm seeing, you guys don't give a flying fuck. some of the things they were talking about before we hit record on these cameras, I'm like, what the fuck did I get into today? But I think you need that, right?
absolutely.
And it shows in the music. Your music is very off the fucking wall. Like, how many yeahs are in the title? Yeah, 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 yeah.
3.5.
3.5. I forgot. That last one doesn't actually count.
We round up to 4, but
See, like, these are things that are off the wall and kind of odd. So I think you have to be that of that
if you really
nature.
listen to all our stuff, if you really listen closely, you'll hear weird things we put in all our songs, like phrases and subconscious messaging.
Which one was it that we did the Coley?
Oh, I'm not gonna tell them. I'm not. You guys gotta go figure it out. But if you listen closely, you'll hear.
In the background?
We put secrets in there.
And like the ad libs and stuff.
They're in the song. They're just in the song.
I need to go. I want to find the one that he just mentioned. Coley Bardo. I'm gonna listen.
It's dope. It's dope. There's other ones. There's a lot of like, if you really crank it, you'll just hear like a distant.
No way.
Oh yeah.
You guys added fart tracks?
You have to.
Are they
It's
real?
texture.
Every time.
Are they
man,
real
every
farts
time.
or were they downloaded from
Sometimes
the internet?
both. Sometimes if we can capture a good one,
We
in a
layer
moment.
them.
But like, you know, no one's perfect, so we're down to you know, use the tools provided for us. So we have to get, you know,
Has anyone shit themselves trying to fart on the mic?
one time. Just one
Yeah,
time.
that's part of it.
No, I
we
feel
don't
like
talk
a
about
little
that.
short would happen. Like it's a legit question.
We did have to get a new mic after that, but
Yeah.
I
it's
can
okay.
imagine.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
We
Well,
turned an SM7B to an SM7.
We kept it. We kept it because some people are actually into that. Some people are like,
Oh, yeah.
they want like the vintage.
It's all part of the
Feel.
artistic process.
if Metallica was selling a shitted on microphone right now, someone would buy it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
know what I
This is
mean?
kind of like that's like a retirement plan. That microphone.
Literally.
Yo, I'm gonna be
Literally.
real. It's just so you can cut that. I totally slurred artistic and sounded like I said autistic, and I wasn't saying autistic.
It was artistic.
It was
everybody.
artistic.
That
That
See, no, you're-
wasn't a funny slight. That was an actual me fucking up.
That happens, man. That happens. Well,
I fuck up.
The
often.
long beep.
Another thing I do is I oftentimes replace words with other words that but I only because I can't think of the word I mean fast enough, but I know everyone around me will understand the word I'm trying to
Absolutely.
get across.
He's not lying. He just word replaces all the time.
Like you're like what?
That
Like the
works.
other day we were going to pick up tickets, and he said we have to go to roll call to pick them up. And I'm like,
but you knew exactly where the fuck you were
I
going.
knew it.
You know what's up?
I'm good to the point where I just don't
wait.
correct it. I'm like, yeah, let's go to roll call.
My favorite was the self-deprecation tank instead of a self-deprivation tank.
or
No.
what, it's sensory deprivation.
Yeah, sensory deprivation.
he's like we should go to sensory deprivation tanks. It's like,
He said self-deprecation tank.
and then sometimes he's like, let's go to the self-defecation tank.
You know what? Yeah. There's just accept the L. That's all I have
Listen,
to do.
they say even when you're reading, you could actually take like a third of the words out and you can still read it smoothly and understand what's being said or something like that.
Might
so-
get some mixed messages.
Yeah.
Well, I want to get into my gift I brought for you
Okay.
guys. Like, I
Oh.
don't gift anything crazy, but I give artists or groups an album from my CD collection.
Oh,
That's
sick.
fire.
Today was really dope because you guys are literally getting the first CD I ever bought.
What?
The original copy that it's probably, I don't even know if it still plays. And when this whole thing came about, I was like, I only own like 2 or 3 rock albums. I'm more of a hip hop guy.
Yeah.
And then when I did my research, I'm like, well, this is fucking meant to be because you guys are gonna get the first album I ever bought. I should have brought 3 albums, but to be transparent, Amoeba doesn't open till 11. We did this interview at 11, so I didn't have time to go run and get you the other albums. I want you 3 to try to guess what album it is. If we can go like one by one. What
Can
do
we
you
get a hint on the genre?
I bet you it's Enema of the State.
I also
It's
think
rock.
it's Enema of the State.
do you think it is?
Mozzie Star.
Okay, well, it is Enema of the State.
yeah.
You guys had it.
I knew
No way.
it.
I had a feeling. That is so sick. Thank you so
What?
much.
Bro, this is
That is for you guys to keep. All the small things was like my favorite song as a kid,
quite
and that
literally
was
this was the first record you ever got.
this actual one is from whatever year, probably was
Dude, these are-
01.
Oh shit, that is so cool.
That
Thank
is
you
so
so
cool.
much.
Of course.
What, dude?
Of course.
That's
I would have
insane.
loved to have gone and bought you guys the
No.
Grease one.
This is
Those boxes are a crazy look.
this is so sick.
That's our
Actually,
dad.
this is the dopest gift I've ever received.
Is
that our dad?
That's our dad right there. Sweet.
That's Pops.
Mark is our dad. Like actually.
What is this liner? This is so cool.
all like this production.
Dude, I used to hang. I had this when I was a kid. I don't know where it went, but I hung this up in my room.
Wow.
Should we show the camera?
Yeah.
Do a little demonstration.
Wow.
Ta-da.
Dude, that's so cool. Thank you so much.
Of course, guys.
There's something
of course.
weirdly nostalgic about CDs.
Even just the way they wrote the album credits, it feels like nostalgic. Like
Even with like the
Blink 182.
The coupon for their merch too.
Oh my God, the
consumer
coupon's still in
feedback
there.
card.
Yo, see if you can order it.
Should we
We
text
should
Mark right now?
text
Like, yo,
Mark.
is this
Yo,
still valid?
This is so sick. Hey, that pink shirt should come out again. That shit's cool.
I'm gonna text Mark right now and be like, yo, is this?
So yeah,
FaceTime.
that to me was very full circle because
Thank you.
if I'm correct, one of your guys, is he your manager, mentor? I heard the word father.
He's our dad, our A&R, and our mentor.
All of the above.
All the above. And I think it's so dope that literally the first album I ever buy, and I haven't interviewed a rock band since Water Parks. I
Oh, fire.
interviewed
Yeah.
them about like a year ago.
Sick.
And so this felt very full circle. Because when I listened to We Made Plans and God Laughed,
Yeah.
it felt like this era of rock to me.
That's
it
so
really
cool.
did.
I love that. You know,
That's
it's
a high
fortunate that we're
compliment.
working with them.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the other two albums I would have hypothetically got for you guys if Amoeba was open.
Yeah.
One was Grease because when I
Nice.
typed in Beauty School Dropout, I kept seeing the Grease
Yeah,
song.
Of course. That's the go-to.
And the other album I would have got you guys was Fallout Boys.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're also affiliated with what's his name?
Pete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daddy Pete.
So
Daddy
Also, also big
So-
music daddy.
so you guys have two dads.
Yep.
Daddy
Dads.
Pete and is Matt Hoppus?
Mark Hoppus.
Mark, my bad. I'm
Matt
We'll bleep that.
Hoppus.
We'll bleep that.
No, I'm gonna keep that.
I should have
I'm
been
gonna
like,
take
I
that
should have been
out.
like, yeah, Matt.
It's Matt.
Or
But let's
Daddy
talk
Matt.
about their influence. So does Mark or Pete? It's Mark, right? I didn't
Mark,
see that.
yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
fuck it up. Do
Hey,
they?
you're a hip hop guy.
It's
This is
Shark
great.
Hoppus.
Yeah,
Well,
Shark.
I know Mark is on Almost Famous.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absent of that feature, do him and Pete help with the music in any way?
We
Yeah.
write with him.
Yeah, we wrote some other songs with Mark. That is the only one that made the album. Wait, no. We made Plans that God Laughed.
No.
No, that wasn't with
No,
Mark.
it was Dead Like a Kennedy.
That's right.
Yeah.
That one didn't even make the album. But we just write, and we also just like it's kind of a sounding board to send music to, and I don't know.
He's
Or-
like, he is our A&R, so like we like discussed a lot of stuff with him, especially around times with like rolling out and like for the whole project, everything went through him too, and we just got his input. And like the cool thing about him is he's done it himself. He's not some A&R that's just a suit that doesn't know anything. Like he actually is giving us like real world advice for like coming up in the music scene, which is like priceless, honestly.
He's also just one of the most genuinely aloof characters we've ever met. So like he's so good at giving guidance without constraint, if that makes sense. Like whenever
Yeah.
we show him things for preview or for whatever, or even in situations where we're just like, oh, we want to do this or not this, whatever. He's very good at listening to it and being like, okay, well, like gives a suggestion, but then is also very much so like, well, I want to do whatever makes you guys the happiest and whatever, which is really cool to be able to work with a mentor who's not just like trying to constrict you into being
Absolutely.
something. or
Yeah,
one
something
thing or
that
the
they
other.
see, something that
Totally.
they want. And I think it's amazing, as Beepus mentioned, he's not just a A&R in a suit. In sports, a lot of times the best coaches are ex-players because they can really relate to the players.
Absolutely.
So I think he can really relate to the ups and downs that you guys endure.
Absolutely. And he's still a player. He's a
You guys brought him back out for the first time,
That
right?
was
In like
really
2
cool.
years.
we didn't even know until
What do you mean
we
you didn't
knew,
know?
We knew he was gonna come play with us, but we didn't know until about like 30 seconds before we were going on stage that was the first time he had played in 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
amazing.
we were like,
you guys
wait,
brought,
what? Like,
We're
brought
pressure.
legend.
Right before we go on, it's like, hey, FYI. I'm like, oh.
Don't fuck this up for me.
Dude, honestly, that was a highlight of my life. Blink
Yeah.
182 is my favorite band ever.
Really?
It's
Yeah.
insane.
What's your favorite Blink 182 song?
Ooh. Probably number one is Feeling This.
And people.
Okay.
But like, I also have like I like Dysentery Gary and Anthem Part 2, and I don't know. I know how to play like 95% of all their songs.
Whenever we're in the studio with Mark, B is in the back of the room playing Blink riffs to Mark, but like subconsciously. Just like, what if we added this in there? And Mark's
Yeah, I
just like,
do try to sneak Blink riffs into our songs and see if he catches it, but he catches it every time.
Listen, he
He's
probably.
so sweet about it too. He's like, oh, I know that one.
I'm just saying, he probably already makes enough money off your music. Don't let him make money off the back end riffs. You know?
Nah, it ain't even
Mark,
like
we gotta
that.
check all their riffs. We're gonna sue them together.
Yeah.
We're gonna collectively sue the shit out of you guys for sampling Blink 182.
You're not gonna get much.
you're also an entertainment attorney.
You're gonna get our one bedroom.
Ah, damn. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask. So, when you guys put, this might be a little awkward to ask, but when I did my research, initially I saw there was about 5 people, right?
Yep.
Did people leave the band? Did you guys kick people out of the band, or how did we get down to 3?
Let's unpack this.
I think realistically, we went into this project very optimistic about what it was to be a band, not really understanding the whole entire operational and business side of what it means to be a band in 2022, 2021 at the time, because like we were all just
2020.
like, oh yeah, it was before
Yeah.
COVID. So we were just like, yeah, let's like all make music. And I think like, part of the momentum was like Bardo and I met and started getting in the studio every single day. Like we would get leverage by writing for other people and getting, whatever. And we realized that like there was so much more that needed to be done besides just like getting together as a band and playing. And I think at a certain point, like, unfortunately some people felt undervalued. We didn't like do the best job of communicating either, like admittedly. And so, yeah, like there was, I think a turning point where we were just like, yo, like, how would you guys feel about us essentially being like the outward facing consumer product, right? Because we were just like, kind of felt like we were carrying most of the weight in terms of like everything outside of the music,
I understand, yeah.
And I think that it just became emotional quicker than it needed to from all fronts, just because, it's like that's what happens when you got a bunch of passionate artists in a room.
Absolutely.
But that all being said, like we have nothing but the utmost love and respect for everybody who's been involved, and like think that they're going to be fucking amazing artists and massive creators as well.
I love that. I love that. And they will. It's part of everyone's journey. You know, like it immediately made me think of the original drummer of Blink-182, Scott Reynolds, I think.
Yeah.
I was like, look, he still has, you know what I mean? Like, this is part of their journey. So I just wanted to ask, and I'm sure your fans are like, because everything I originally looked up, there was, I believe, 5. And then I was like, all right, something happened. I was like, because with Blink-182, I think Scott was alcoholic. I'm probably fucking this up, but he got into a fight with them on tour.
Yeah.
So they kicked him out, and then they got Travis Barker, literally.
Because Travis was the drummer of the opening band,
The Aquabats.
Aquabats.
Oh.
And they're like, Travis, can you play the set? And he's like, yeah, I can rip in, like, give me 30 minutes. And he like, because he'd listen to it every night.
Yeah.
So he just ripped the set, and then they were like, oh, you're actually just Travis Barker. And they, the rest is history.
Speaking of drummers, like, shout out to Michael Rose Drums for sticking with us, because like in the moment, I think that conversation was hard, but realistically, like, this fool is literally the best drummer, like, in the world. I would put my money on it. And
Your drummer.
Yeah, he stuck with
Our
us
drummer.
through that.
which was, I
That's
think,
beautiful.
a hard thing to do, but ultimately, like, for us, it was like we were realistically trying to be like, yo, look, like, we know this is what you excel at and what you ultimately want to be doing. Like, here's the opportunity to only have to worry about that. And like, yeah, it comes with certain trade-offs, but at the end of the day, it's like, I know he doesn't want to be making TikToks and doing all the like other
absolutely.
stupid bullshit that goes into like
No.
promoting music. And
Absolutely.
it's like I'd rather give him the opportunity to just be the best drummer in the
Yeah.
fucking world that he is, and like let him shine in that way. Which
Yeah.
it's now that things are coming to fruition and we're touring and doing all the thing, I think it's all really making sense now more than ever.
Absolutely. And I wanted to bring that up too, because touring, I feel like, goes more hand in hand with rock and roll than any other genre. I don't know if that makes sense, but like,
Definitely.
you can have a really big hip hop artist who doesn't do a lot of tours or isn't good on the road.
Yeah.
With rock, to me, like, you have to have a killer set. And
Oh, yeah, it's. I feel like rock is the genre where you don't have to have the numbers, because nowadays numbers are like this weird, like, metric that like it's perceived one way, but it actually doesn't mean anything in real life. In some cases, Turnstile is a perfect example of that. Like, they aren't even at 1 million monthly listeners, and
But
they're
they
like selling
sell
out like 5,000 person rooms, because every listener is a fan. You know what I mean? And I feel like I've noticed that more and more in rock is like, there's even like us, honestly, like we're not streaming like Bieber, but like we can sell out shows bigger than Bieber. I'm just kidding.
bigger
Sell out
than-
stadiums.
That's the next album title, Bigger Than Bieber.
Bigger than Bieber. Yeah, no, but you kind of get the idea. you know?
Absolutely. No, absolutely. And I think that it must have been so fucking tough to go through the pandemic right in your like formative years of a band, kind of like
It was
the
low-key
fuck you
kind of
can't-
like a blessing.
Super.
How
It was
so?
like, imagine you have a
Dragons. Imagine
business
dragons.
and you just like lock everyone in a house and you're like, do everything that you can do here, and you can't go out and like there's no filler. Like it's just like write music, create an online presence, do all the stuff that like you get distracted by when the world is open. Like you can't go out at night or whatever. Like it was just like you're.
We would have gotten our ass handed to us. Our first show was about to be South by Southwest, and we really had no.
We were
fucking
not
clue
ready
what
for
we were
it.
about to
We were
get
able
into.
to pull up with like wired in-ear monitors. So every single person on the stage would have like a 10-foot cable attached to their head.
wired
That's-
in your monitor would have been
Our
wired.
in-ear monitors, we do wireless now.
Shout out to Bill Gates in
Yeah.
COVID because y'all needed that break clearly.
Yeah. Thanks for Bill Gates for inventing these during COVID. Yeah, but like we're about to. I don't know. These are very much a thing. They've been a thing for years. But like we just didn't have them.
starting COVID.
Yeah. Oh. I thought it was like I'm like
Hey,
Bill
that's
Gates
a
did not invent these.
bad COVID joke
They went right over my head.
over
Okay.
Picardo's head.
Shout out.
He's like, no,
Yeah.
in-ears have been around for a long,
Bill
long
Gates,
time.
thank you for inventing COVID. We got our shit
Yeah,
out.
that's
But
always,
anyways,
that's always my
long
joke.
story short, that's how we were about to pull up to South by, and
Wow.
like what cool is that? We're about to get our asses handed to us.
So it was meant to be. The pandemic
Yeah.
for you guys really played out well.
Totally.
And did you record and make this whole album in the pandemic?
After.
After.
Yeah,
You made
but-
all the tracks after.
Totally. But also, like, granted, through the pandemic, like I said, we spent every single day, honestly, probably from, I think, 10:30 a.m. to, like, 2 a.m. for a year straight in the studio cooking up, whether it was for us or for other artists. So we built a catalog, like, all the way up. And then that was kind of what we were doing throughout that whole time, was that, and also trying to build the digital footprint. Because that was all we had, right? It's like no shows, there's no promo, there's no whatever. Like, we just discovered TikTok, which is when
Yeah.
we started doing those covers that, like, semi blew us up.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
Picked up.
Absolutely. No, and I think I think COVID really was like it changed every artist's journey, and for some
100%.
it was
Yeah.
bad, and for a lot it was great. So
The
sounds
coolest
like for you
part,
guys.
the coolest part too is like we've all been in bands our whole lives, and like I feel like the rock grind is to play for 5 people, 10 people, and then it just like grows, like, and then like finally you get to play for big rooms. But every show we've ever played has been sold out.
Wow.
So like, and like we did a lot of cool stuff with like free shows and all these other things, and like every single time it is just mayhem.
So do you guys just get really small venues so it sells out easy?
yeah, like 5-person, 6-person.
It's our 1 bedroom.
Sold out.
Free show.
No, I'm
Only
playing.
10
That's
tickets
amazing.
available. Yeah.
So you guys have never went on stage and then like, ah, shit, a lot of people didn't come. Every time you get that like adrenaline rush.
Yeah. Every time it's packed.
Wow, that's a beautiful thing. Well, the project, it really shows that you guys have this bond because, like I said at the beginning, it's so cohesive. Nothing on the project felt forced at all. And I think with music in general, whatever the popular music is at the time always impacts all genres.
Totally.
So I definitely hear some hip-hop influence,
Absolutely.
especially on, I want to say, Fight Mode.
Yeah.
Fight Mode was kind of delivered in like a Beastie Boys kind of hip hop. The
yeah.
vocals kind of
Yeah,
are.
Absolutely. That kind of like direction definitely has some Fred Durst inspo, and yeah, I mean, I don't know. We love all genres and especially rap. So I think there's always going to be a little bleed in of influences from our other sonics that we like.
Yeah, and I think that honestly, if I'm correct, like your earlier music was more fusion, but you guys really just went back to the core essence of rock with this last project.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is funny because I think this next project we're about to get wild again. We've been talking about it a lot. Like, we're very excited to I mean, Bardo made a good point the other day where he was saying like the reason so much of our old shit was so cool is because we didn't know how to make rock music. Or like, we knew how to make rock music, but we didn't know how to produce it like rock music and like really do it as calculated as we can now. Which is exciting for this next project because I think we're really going to go back to our roots of just like dumbing shit down, trying to get freaky with new sounds, and just like being as obnoxious as we are in person, but like with our music.
I love that. So back to more of the experimenting, or I guess of blending of genres.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, does Mark and Pete's influence, well, I assumed it was their influence that kind of made We Made Plans and God Laughed more just straight rock and roll. Not that it still had the the other influences, but was it there?
I think it was more us, honestly.
Oh.
Like
Yeah.
we just like that, and I think we hadn't conquered that thing. I feel like music making is like it's like a video game, and you're trying to do these little quests often, and we're like, this is our quest for this project is that we want to make like rock music, and then this next quest is making something different, and I think, but with our through line,
Yeah. That's very exciting, though.
Yeah.
Have you guys already started recording the next project? Right.
kind of here and there.
Yeah.
I've been vastly uninspired recently.
I feel that. Hopefully the album with all the men in their boxers, inspired you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We
I just
definitely have like, there's a lot of ideas floating around for sure. Because we're all writers too. So like, I definitely am voice memoing shit all day long, every day. And there's,
Absolutely.
like, when time comes, there will be plenty from the well to pick from.
To pick from.
Yeah.
Okay.
deadlines just make shit happen. Well, I know it'll be like 3 days where we turn it in and be like, all right, let's go fucking make a thing.
Yeah.
And we'll
yeah.
just, toss
Well,
some shit in a computer and
when it's meant to be, it's gonna happen how it's supposed to be. But you have
Fought on the
alluded.
mic a couple times.
yeah, fart
Yeah, you gotta
tune
get
it
the,
up and down.
You gotta get the farts down. You
Yeah.
guys gotta do. How they have like sound kits you can buy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which
Where
is
you
a fart.
combine
It's a
the-
Dees kit. We've actually been, well, that's actually what we've been focusing most of our time on recently is like crafting those samples for the next project. So we like to record fresh fart sounds for each project. And so, because it's just like, I feel like it wouldn't, like creatively, the creative integrity isn't there for you reusing
yeah.
stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like, we've just been going and getting new,
Fart
just the new,
tracks.
new fart sounds. And also experimenting in like different ways. Like we went out to Big Sur for a writing camp and just got a bunch of fart noises and like, the miking techniques like swinging the tech like as the air flow because
Hands
farts
in,
travel
hands out.
farts travel at 7 miles per hour, so if you time it right you can actually catch the air right as it hits the mic on the downward pendulum swing. So
Only if you're using dual condenser mics though.
Yeah.
yes you have to set it to omnidirectional. We tried cardioid.
Absolutely.
Doesn't work as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But make sure when you gate it that you take out some of the 3Ks because
I really
otherwise it's
hope-
gonna sound like an 808.
Listen, I really hope one of your albums gets mixed in with farts.
It will.
Run the Jewels. Someone did Meow the Jewels. They took a whole Run the Jewels album and replaced, I think, every snare with the meow.
That's
And
fire.
it's fucking fire. You still hear Killer Mike and LP bodying it, but there's meows in the back.
Outrageous. I love that.
You know?
Beauty fart dropout.
Literally, Beauty Fart Dropouts. That's gonna be the album. But you have alluded to writing and writing for others.
Yeah.
So you guys write music for other rock bands, or is it pop artists? Or is it,
Everybody.
All genres.
and what got you guys into that? Just to make
That's,
money? or
that's
is
how
it-
we started, I
Yeah.
think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's our bread and butter.
Yeah, when we met, like my background's writing for other artists, and then his background's producing for other artists, and Beep is kind of the same.
I'm just a
So-
rock kid too, though. I've been
Yeah.
in punk bands my whole life.
Yeah, so we just like really kicked it off when we got together. It just all made so much sense.
Now, are there moments where you guys are like, fuck, do we give that song away, or do we put
Oh,
it out
yeah.
ourselves?
Yeah.
I feel like it's not that precious.
Yeah.
Unless it's
Okay.
really dank.
But-
if it's really cool, then we're like, oh.
Okay, but if they're willing to pay, you're like, fuck it.
Yeah, because we can just always write another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always been more. Actually, there's been times where like we wrote something for BSD, and we're like, this is the shit, and we actually kind of grew tired of it and gave it to someone else, and like other people have cut like some of our early music that we wrote for the band, other people have cut.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now,
And released, yeah.
is there an example you can give me of a song that another band or group or individual released that you guys wrote or made?
Yeah, I mean, the first one that comes to mind is Lauren Sanderson. You know her? She cut "Girl from the Internet," which is like our version of it. It sounded very different, but I mean, obviously, because it's Lauren versus Cole singing on it. But lyric changes. But it just kind of made sense for her to cut it. It's just like, okay, yeah,
That's funny too, because that was one of the first tracks we ever made together.
yeah, that was like our second song.
It was the second song we ever made together.
Yeah,
Wow. Second song you ever made
Yeah.
got placed.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
But like
incredible.
we wrote it for us. We wrote it like the intention was for us, and then we just showed it. We showed it to her one day, and she's like, "I love this. Can I have it?" And we're like, "I guess so."
By all
Sure.
means, yeah.
Take
So
it.
that must be an interesting duality of like writing. Well, you guys, it sounds like you don't write for other people. You just write in general, and then if it gets
No, we
placed-
definitely write for
We
other people.
definitely write for
Like,
other
we'll, like,
with
we
the,
like,
with the intention of
yeah,
this
we have
is
like
all-
sessions. We have a studio at our spot, and we just people come through and we just produce for other people and write for other
Super
people.
dope. Now
Yeah,
this.
I know that guy.
Hey, we went to high school with him. It's Hollywood. We might. I'm surprised we haven't seen anything too crazy
It's
yet.
got the selfie cam
He's at the
on
selfie game. Yeah.
a selfie stick. Yeah.
He knows he's with some real rock stars. That's what that is. And you guys are LA. You're from LA, right?
From San Diego.
Oh, are you all from San Diego?
Cole's from San Diego. I'm from San Luis Obispo.
I'm from Tucson, Arizona.
Oh,
But we
shit.
live in LA.
Okay,
Yeah.
of course.
We've all been here for a
We,
while
we
now.
claim LA
Yeah.
as our home.
Yeah, because it
Yeah.
says like LA rock band. Everything I looked up
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
LA
'cause
rock band.
I've been here for,
Frauds.
like,
None of
5
them are from LA. No.
It'd be weird to say San Diego, Tucson, Arizona, and San Luis Obispo-based rock band.
Yep. This is
That,
where
that
we
lives in LA.
This is where we were rebirthed.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, this is. I mean, realistically, like anything SoCal to me is LA based. You can say you're LA based. You know,
Yeah.
if you're south of like Oxnard, it's like he's not LA based, but like you guys basically are. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now the names Coley, Bardo, and Beepus. Are these actually your first names, or are these artist names? More for them too, because they got some unique ones.
Yes. My first name is Bardo.
Bardo?
Yeah, like straight up. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like some Game of Thrones shit.
My middle name is William.
Yeah.
Bardo William. Sorry, real
My full name is
professor.
Bardo William Novotny. It's a very
Divine?
Novotny.
Novotny.
Divine would be
Divine
fucking
would be-
sick. Bardo
Yeah.
William Divine.
If you introduced yourself to people and
I'm-
you're like, "Hi, I'm Bardo
Hi, I'm-
William
I'm-
Divine Novotny."
I'm a doctor though, so I'm Dr. Divine.
Sounds like a
Oh.
OnlyFans account,
Yeah, it
like
does.
Bardo Divine.
And-
Beepus, what about you?
No, that's my real name. My full name is Beepus, Sheepus, Creepus, Deepus. Burdette.
But it gotta get
My
it.
parents were really innovative. They were like, "You look like a Beepus."
Yeah,
I was actually
yeah.
not named for 2 weeks. Was nameless. They took me over from the hospital with no name on my birth certificate, and they wanted to hang out with me for 2 weeks before I was named. This is a real ass story.
Really?
Yes.
And then something you did made them say Bardo?
Well, they're just like, it kind of makes sense. We name these children when they're in the womb, and we're like, you're Dave. Like, why the fuck is this kid Dave? What is giving Dave vibes? You know what I mean? But it's like, they're like, no, we got to bring this kid home. So they brought me home. You're like, you kind of seem like a Bardo. And then they found out later that Bardo has this whole meeting in, I think, it's Tibetan, like Hindu. I don't
The
know.
Hindu
It's
faith.
Tibetan for
Yeah.
the middle, which is purgatory.
Yes, it's basically the purgatory state.
And you're sitting in the middle right now.
Yeah,
I'm in
that's
the
why he's
middle.
always in the middle.
Yeah.
Wow.
The Bardo state. I'm
Except for in the bed, because I'm in the middle, because I'm
Yeah.
the one.
Yeah, I was
is
about to
honest.
say, I brought, this.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
earlier.
story's not lining up.
No, the
Wait a
story.
second.
No, I got us.
Yeah, Beefus is connecting the dots.
Beepus is always, you're like, in all the Marvel movies, there's like plot holes.
Yeah.
Beepus is like making sure there's no plot holes.
No
I was like,
plot
no,
holes.
no.
Beefus is our
Okay.
construction worker. He covers up all the potholes.
Yeah, I'm also the brakes.
Yeah. Okay.
Cole is my birth name. Coley is just what my family and friends have always called me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. My
Yeah.
mom called me Coley Cakes.
I like that.
Yeah.
Coley Cakes.
So-
Coley Cakes, Coley Cakes,
Coley Cakes.
Bardo Divine, and Beepus, Sheepus, Deepus.
Yes.
That's going to be like your alternate egos.
Yeah.
Bardo Divine.
So what are
Such a porn name.
the
Bardo Divine.
It does sound like a porn name. So with the project being out though, I gotta ask, what has the feedback been? How do you guys feel that you put out your, it's the first project, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's our first album.
First technical
Yeah,
album.
album.
Yeah.
How does it feel?
One song and an interlude longer than our EP, but it's an album.
It's an album.
Yeah. We just do what we want, you
The-
know. We
yeah.
wanted to call it an album, so we did.
But you guys have been getting great feedback, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, honestly, I haven't heard anything bad, so
I think
Thanks.
the craziest physical responsive feedback that we've gotten has been people singing everything back to us at the shows. We did we sold out the Moroccan like a couple weeks right before we went and did a little UK trip, and that was the first time. Everyone's always gone really hard at our shows, but that was the first time where everyone knew every word and was like
Screaming it.
fucking losing their minds screaming it, and that was a feeling of like, oh, this is real shit.
Yeah.
Cool. That's really cool.
I cried.
We all did. We cried
While
literally
you were
after.
On stage.
performing?
Yeah, there was like so many reasons to cry. Like Mark Hoppus came out to play with us. He's my idol.
Reason why?
We
Yeah.
217.
Let's go.
We sorry, that's our lucky number.
What 217 is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's me and my dad's birthday.
And I adopted it.
See it everywhere, every day.
That's fucking trippy. That bus literally was 217.
Yeah. Wait, back to me. I'm just kidding.
What really matters here?
And people were singing every word, and it was just like so emotional to have
Season
all
2, you
these
cried?
things like
Yeah.
happen at the same show.
I pissed myself on stage.
We call that crying.
I never know if Bordeaux's being honest or if Bordeaux.
I did.
is
I
making
peed,
the
I
shit
peed a
up.
little bit out of excitement. It was like
Really?
Yeah, it was, but it was emotional. It was
Did
an
you
emotional.
keep the underwear?
I just washed it.
No, you should have kept them,
Just kept
sold
it.
them as
Just
is.
pulled it off. Just throw
Yeah,
it at the
dude.
crowd.
You kept the suit for
Yeah.
sure.
So this. I
As
haven't
you
washed the
should.
suit yet.
Now, you guys all have very unique style about you. Seems like you guys dress yourselves, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Because every time I look at you guys, you're
But we
everyone.
undress each other.
Nice. Had
Because
to
you
get that
guys
in
are
there.
like you guys. It all fits, but you guys are all unique in the way that you kind of present yourself. But do you ever have to get together and be like, hey, we gotta look a certain way for this, or you guys just like, fuck it, man, we're gonna do whatever the fuck we want?
We
No,
do whatever the
we
fuck
are-
We want.
We do whatever we want, but we have palettes. We're like, this is the vibe for right now, and we all adhere to it because we like want to look like we're a part of the same thing, you know.
Really though, we almost never have to talk about it. Aside from like deciding whether or not we're gonna wear the suits all together or just like go in our own shit, you know, because the suits definitely are like the most unifying.
Yeah, yeah.
And when we walk around, people are like, "Oh, you must be a band." It's
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
no shit, dude.
Absolutely right. Well, the last something I can't not bring up is how well you guys, or how much effort and energy you put into your music videos, and I'll say how well they're produced. You guys give us that like classic music video feel. Even if I'm correct, it was the lyric video for the title track on the album. Just felt real old school. You guys went with the vintage, kind of grainy.
Shout out Skater Juan. He shot all the B cam on that and just like chopped up a little mix, and it was perfect, ready to go.
Genius.
Yeah.
And the assassin video, that one's really big. I would say the best way to describe it. Your music videos are really big.
Yeah.
You know, some people say music videos are a lost art because our attention spans now are like 12 seconds. But what goes into you guys being like, nah, fuck that. We're putting some big videos out.
Honestly, weirdly enough, having like a very finite budget, we're just like, okay, cool. Well, we have to stretch every dollar. Like, how can we go as big as possible? It's oftentimes a lot of favors, you know, and like also having a background in film and production. Like, we have a lot of friends who are just nasty at what they do and know the ropes of like how to stretch the dollar. So we've just been fortunately blessed with an ecosystem of like really, really, really fucking talented creators who are able to help us bring our vision come to life.
And they're all friends too. Everyone we work with is friends. Like shout out Nas, shout out Kindly Rewind Boys.
Yeah, Mikey, Christian, Kyle, Juan, everybody who's helping us on the visual side. They're just like so uncomparably good at what they do.
Absolutely. There's one of my favorite shots. I believe it's you in front of a white, almost like a big white light, and it's just like your black silhouette kind of like screaming everything out. And I just immediately, as somebody I've produced music videos, I'm like, that is genius. Because it doesn't cost as much as it looks.
Yeah.
So you guys are definitely like, I just love the amount of effort that goes in.
Yeah, we definitely
to a
figure out how to
Beauty School
stretch
Dropout.
it. The last project we did a video with Danny Pollock, who's like a massive director. He's done a fuck ton of stuff. He really put us on. He's like, I love you guys. I want to work with you. We're like, cool, let's do it. And we like somehow threw together this whole video for like really cheap. But like the start of it was our cover art. When we were shooting the cover art was us covered in blood. This is for the last project. Probably shouldn't be talking about this, but whatever.
Boys
Who cares? It's
do
fucking
cry
rad.
or boys don't cry?
Boys
They
do
do
cry.
cry.
Boys do
We,
cry.
we definitely cry.
Basically, it's like you kind of like find inspiration in all these little things, and it's like this is where I made the joke earlier. Like, we'll have 3 days before we have to turn the album in. We'll come up with the deadline. We throw something together. It's kind of how we work at all times. It's just like we weren't even shooting the cover art, but mid shoot we're like, this should be the cover art, and then mid shoot we're like, this should be the music video. So we're like, just start filming shit now, and we're like, okay, and we start filming, and that became the starting scene to the music video for the first single for Demons. And it was just like, you just kind of like, the world is a palette, and you just fucking steal shit and fucking yank this out and put things in there, and then just deadlines, and just that's how we work.
Deadlines.
We're like squirrels.
And deadlines.
We're like fucking squirrels.
A lot of it really does come down to the fact too that we are like painfully neurotic about the decision making process. Like we oversee everything.
You could tell
Everything.
You could tell from
Everything.
the music to the music videos to the look. it all is cohesively you guys.
To the everything, like beyond that too, like budgets, like decisions, who we bring in. You know, there's like, I'd say very little that happens that we have no part of. If there's anything at all.
I love that.
We're a bunch of control freaks when it comes to our art. So
well, two more questions. One is, how do you guys vote on stuff? Because you guys are 3 of you. Is it like very democratic, like what songs are on the album, or
we just vote.
We are a democracy.
yeah, usually it's pretty easy. Like if it's democratic, then we go with that. But sometimes there's just other things where it's like if someone is vehemently making a case about like how they feel about something or whatever, then sometimes it persuades. But generally speaking, our decision-making process has a flow to it.
We have no egos with each other, so it's like if some person feels super passionate about something but the other 2 people are like, nah, we still hear the other person out like super hard, and if they plead a good case, they plead a good case.
They plead a good case.
Yep.
I love that. Well, what is next for Beauty School Dropout?
We got a headlining tour, our first one ever. It's the Almost Famous tour. We leave in 3 weeks. We do OC, Constellation Room, San Diego, Voodoo Room, LA, the Troubadour on October 29th, and then we fly our asses to Chicago.
Oh yeah, Halloween show.
Yeah.
Chicago on the 31st. That's gonna be sick.
Ooh.
I don't know the rest of the order, but it's something like
I got it ready. New York, DC, Columbus, Toronto, Cleveland, Dallas, Austin.
Yep.
Maybe I got that backwards, but Austin, Dallas, and then
No, we ended Austin.
We
Austin's
ended
the last
Dallas,
show.
Austin, yeah.
you
Beepus
got
got
it.
some genius in him. This motherfucker
Beepus
remembers
is a
the tour
genius.
by stop.
They call me Beepus
Yeah, we give him a
Genius.
script.
Yes.
He rehearses this before.
Yeah.
So you guys gonna go on the road, really get to perform this incredible body of work,
Yep.
and then
Thank you.
come back again. The cycle repeats. Get
Do
the
it
next
again, yeah.
project
Yes,
ready.
sir. There's some talks of some other tours in the works for early next year too that are really big and also kind of give us that deadline that we were talking about. So I think realistically we'll probably go hit the road, ideally sell it out. We come back, spend like a month to 2 months cranking out the next set of songs, and then just like getting everything prepared and ready, and ideally like having a theme to the rhythm of the tour where we like drop accordingly, and then kind of maneuver around that.
Yeah, and you guys relatively are still young in your careers, so you're gonna learn this. Like, okay, next project we try this out differently, or
Totally.
next tour.
Always
Yeah.
trying
Our
new
first
things.
show was in 2021.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
And
Like
you guys,
ever.
wow.
So-
You guys are incredible, man. I really think. I've said this. I said this to Water Parks. I'm gonna say it to you guys too, and I've said it to some other folks like Charlotte Sands. I don't know if you know who she
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Interviewed her, love her, love her music. Somebody is going to revitalize your genre, and I think really it doesn't have to be you guys, but I hope it is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, someone's gonna put out a song that's like Panic at the Disco's. What's
All
that
Right,
fucking?
Sis.
All right, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
someone's gonna put out a song that's so fucking good that I can do that Panic at the Disco song at a karaoke bar without looking at the screen.
Yeah.
15 years later, or so.
Absolutely.
So I think, not to put any pressure on you guys, but you guys have that opportunity to really put your genre back on the map.
Very well could be our next single that we're pushing for. It's called Piece of Shit.
Piece of shit.
It fucks.
It does.
It fucks.
Hard.
It fucks hard.
Yeah.
Okay, we're
But
gonna
like
be
a
ready
good
for
hard,
that.
not
It
like
starts with-
not like a painful hard.
Bam, 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 bam. Well, who do you guys want to shout out before we head out of here? Anyone you guys want to shout
Jesus
So many
Christ.
people. So many people. You
Shout
wanna
out. Let's shout out the people in the other room. Our manager Nick and the head of our label Sherry, and
Also, our other managers aren't here. Not
Alex and
pictured.
Jacoby.
not pictured Alex and Jacoby. Shout out.
Hope,
That's it.
Daniel, everyone at UTA, everybody that fucks with us, really like if you support us in any way, shape, or form, thank you. If you don't and you hate us, thank you.
I also want to know because we've not gotten.
We don't
really-
get enough fucking hate. It really pisses me off. I'm ready
We're
for.
not pissing enough people off.
That pisses me off. So fucking talk shit on us.
Also,
please.
just shout out to all our friends, fucking everybody who's been putting us on and working with us recently, like Quentin. We got Jaden in the chat, Mark, like so many new faces that have very quickly become like some of our best friends, and I think very long-term friends at that. So
and all the dropouts.
all the dropouts
yeah,
are fans.
that's the most important one.
You,
Thank you.
Dash
Well,
Radio.
All the dropouts, we
You.
got one request. Talk some shit for Bordeaux's sake.
Yeah.
I want everyone to talk some shit, either whether it's on me,
I know
Coley,
it sounds
Bordeaux,
crazy.
Beepus.
Are we just gonna? Oh God, you opened a can of worms.
I
Talk
yeah, I know it
some
sounds
shit.
crazy, but I just like I.
You
think-
want some shit talk. Every time
know
you
what?
guys post, I'm
no,
gonna talk shit.
Like, here's the weird thing. It's like my favorite comments we get are when people talk shit on us on the internet, and I think it's so funny because it's like they're kind of like they're hilarious to read, and it's just like cool. Like I just like love like agreeing with them. Like yeah, like okay, that was a stupid video we did. Fuck it, who cares? Like it's fun. Like. But it's just also if you're getting shit talked, you're doing something. You're pissing someone off, and I think that's important. And
absolutely,
honestly, that is a driver for me. It's like if people aren't talking shit, I'm doing something wrong.
oh, I'm gonna talk shit every time you guys post.
Yeah.
Just remember this moment, cause I'm gonna be like, y'all fucking suck ass. Why did you post this at 5
It's like,
p.m.?
no, we do
this guy.
Yeah,
we
this
do.
song is
We do
trash.
suck ass. We suck each
All
other's
right,
ass.
everybody, if there's anything we get from this, we need some more shit talked on Beauty School Dropout.
I've been loving like hey, respectful.
Specifically Bordeaux.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on me.
Oh
on me.
God, we
But
talk. We talk a lot.
I like love.
I tend to
Okay.
be the shit talker of the group.
Okay.
I unfortunately run my mouth sometimes, but I mean, also it's generally what I wholeheartedly mean. So
You're just speaking. From the
yeah,
heart.
it's like the double-edged sword of being an opinionated rat bastard.
Yeah.
I'm just soft. I'm very fragile.
You are. You've always been in a relationship. This whole time you guys met because he was in a relationship. You're currently in a relationship. You do seem like a softie.
But when Beepus talks shit, it's so intentional and so perfect.
I'm
It's
going in for the kill.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite when
like,
Beepus
wow.
talks shit
Tell us
because
how
you're
you
just
really
like
feel.
you're like ooh, like you're spicy today.
But I only say it in between us because.
Yeah, there's a difference. There's a difference. We don't talk shit.
Outwardly.
We don't talk shit. But we love shit being talked to us because we're fucking above that shit. And we are the shit.
Yep.
And that's how I fucking feel.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Beauty
There we go.
School motherfucking Dropout, everybody. We Made Plans and God Laughed is out now.
Yep.
You alluded to another song coming out soon, Piece of Shit.
Yep.
Or eventually, right?
Yep.
Well, it's all very exciting. I can't wait to just see you guys ascend in your career. And you guys have already, as Beepus alluded to, you've already... You skipped out on the building up part. You guys are here and you're there, you know? So
Oh,
I'm
thanks.
excited to see where that leads to. And I put that challenge on you guys to really look at it as like there needs to be a #1 smash single from a rock band that dominates not the
It's
rock
coming.
charts, the Billboard charts, you know? The
Yeah.
top 10, the hot
Yeah.
100.
I'm down for that.
Yeah.
I love it.
We've got it in us, I swear.
Yeah.
We got
I
one.
know.
Honestly, I think we might be sitting on it already. but There's one we just did with Jaden the other day that's like
Okay.
fucking ill.
I'm excited. Well,
Many more to come too from us, everybody. But like,
I'm going to end this with Beauty School Dropout fucks hard, everybody.
I like that.
We
I'll
do.
get that tattooed on me.
passionate lovers
Fucks hard.
of life.
Everybody,
Comic
this was
Sans.
My Wand, Coley, Bordeaux, Beepus, Beauty School Dropout. Shout out to everyone involved, and
We're so sorry you
Stay
had to watch
tuned.
this.
catch them on the road. They're gonna be equally as crazy, everyone. We're
Facts.
out.
Let's go.
Guaranteed.